Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out a eyeshadow palette from Aliexpress and more specifically from the KIMUSE makeup brand. So the palette that we're going to be trying out today is what I refer to as the cat palette. I don't think that is actually its real name, but I have struggled to actually find the real name of this palette. It doesn't have any name anywhere up on its person other than it says KIMUSE, which I know is another name that KIMUSE kind of go by. And there's a big cat on the front, so if this cat was called anything other than the cat palette, I think it would be a shame, honestly, and quite offensive to all cats out there. So the front cover of this palette really reminds me of like a Van Gogh painting. It's got that same kind of artistic style. Inside the palette you can see this is a very warm toned. You've got beautiful burnt orange, you've got a kind of deep smoky red, then you have some lighter shades, you've got a champagne shimmer, a kind of beigey shimmer, and then a beautiful vibrant orange. So I definitely feel like it's kind of like a neutral warm tone palette. KIMUSE have released a sister palette to this one, which, no surprise, it's a dog palette. And that one is predominantly like a cool tone palette. I've had this palette in my collection for ages. I mean, must be going on about 12 months now. Potentially could be longer. And I think the reason why I've hesitated about trying it is because I honestly don't find it to be a very exciting or like, you know, innovative, kind of creative looking palette. Like, it doesn't immediately kind of grab me and say, use me, put me all over your eyes, play with me. It just looks a little bit dull. But yesterday I was doing some kind of organising of my makeup and I came across this palette. I did some swatches and I was so impressed, and that was enough to make me really want to try out this palette today. This palette costs £5.49 with about £1.50 shipping, so you'd be looking at just over £6 for the palette. So I will be kind of judging it today based on the low price of it. I wouldn't judge it in the same way that I would just judge like a Pat McGrath or even like an Urban Decay palette. It's a very affordable palette, so I will be keeping the price in mind when I'm trying it out today. Okay, so I am going to prime my eyes first, and I'm going to be using the Tone Activator Eye Primer by Kaleidos Makeup. I really do like this eye primer, but I've not actually used it in a while because I did kind of switch to Urban Decay's Primer Potion because I received it as a present from someone. So yeah, I've been actually really enjoying the Primer Potion. And I definitely have neglected this eye primer, but it is actually really good. So I would recommend this one. It reminds me more of like a concealer as opposed to like the Urban Decay primer is a lot stickier. This one is just more of like a base, if that makes sense. It's just like a concealer base. Anyway guys, how are you doing? I really hope that you're doing well. So to begin the look today, we're going to be jumping straight into this kind of yellowy kind of shade, and I'm just going to be popping that all up in my crease. Do you know what? I'm really tempted to use my new cosmetic tape that I got from Makeup Revolution. I often will wear cheek guards to try and create that really defined kind of sharp line, but I spotted this and I was thinking, oh my gosh, like that makes so much sense because I don't have to mess about with the cheek guard and worry about it ripping off my foundation. I'm going to try this today. This could be like a 2-in-1 review. Okay, so it's like just a roll of tape. I could also use this to wrap my presents as well. Do you know what? This is so much easier than the cheek guard because I just feel like, because it's not as big and bulky, it's just a bit easier. I say that struggling, you know, struggling to get it where I want it, but I've got hair on my face. Can you see that? It looks like an eyelash. Oh no, I always get really sad and mournful when I see an eyelash because I think, oh my gosh, that's one less fabulous eyelash. There we go, that was nice and easy. I feel like my skin is oily today. Like I feel very oily. I've got the NARS All Day Luminous, I think that's what it's called. All Day Luminous foundation on. My face feels like very oily. Anyway, we are now ready to jump into the beautiful, oh my gosh, I say that, but it's so powdery. Can you see? Oh my gosh, the beautiful but very powdery. Oh my gosh, I'm literally dipping my brush in and you get a whole, it's like sandstorm. Definitely gonna have to tap off the brush. Okay, guys. Okay, so we're just gonna apply. Where is it? Oh my gosh, you can't even see it. I feel like, should I even tap my brush because you could not even see any of the product. Okay, so I would definitely recommend not tapping off the excess because you're just going to end up tapping off all of the product. So I'm literally just dipping in and I'm going to like start off by patting it where I want it to go, and then I'm just going to start to blend in small circular motions. Okay, so I really like that actually. It's a really beautiful, it's kind of like a yellowy orange. It's very autumnal. Oh no, my tape has come undone. Oh no, excuse me, tape. Yeah, it's very autumnal, and you know what? I am really getting excited about autumn because over here summer has been a joke. A joke, honestly. We've not really had a consistent series of, just pleasantly warm days. No, no, no. It's been scorching, like absolutely like scorching to the point where you can't have a duvet at night time, sweating from the moment you wake up. And we had a few days of those, and then it's just been back to rain. And it's pissing me off. At least in autumn, like here in the UK, you just know it's going to be rainy. Who else out there loves Halloween and just loves everything about autumn? I know in America you call it fall. And you know what? It's always been a dream of mine to go to New England in America in fall because it looks so beautiful. Anyway, guys, right, so that is looking really, really good. I'm really liking it. It's blended out nicely. We've got great pigmentation. So I am really, really happy with how this is all looking. Okay, so using the very same brush, I am going to go into Hunting, which is a chocolate brown matte. And I am just going to be popping that in the crease, but I'm not going to take it as high as I took the orangey yellow shade. Yeah, so this tape is okay, but it does seem to not be the stickiest tape in the world. Like, it is wanting to come off. It's got a plan, and the plan is let's just get off this face as soon as we can. Oh, I like that. Can you see? Oh, this chocolate shade is looking really good, and I definitely didn't get as much kind of powder kickoff as I did with the orangey yellow. Oh, guys, would you look at that? Oh gosh, oh my gosh, this is just making me think of everything I love about autumn. The leaves changing colour, the crisp feeling in the air in the morning, the hot chocolates, the pumpkin spice lattes, which I hate. Everyone else seems to love them, and that just makes me excited because it's just part of autumn now. Oh, this shade is absolutely gorgina. It's just making me so excited about autumn. Oh, look, see, this is just coming off. Unacceptable tape. Do you know what? I'm going to switch brushes to a smaller brush because I was struggling a little bit with that previous brush. My tummy's rumbling and I've had breakfast today. Like a lot of the time when I film, I've just not even had breakfast, but I have today. Like, there's no reason for my tummy to be making sounds right now. Oh my gosh, right, so I've got bunnies. So Porto, the black one, by the way, I'm going to do like an updated bunny video soon for all of you bunny lovers out there. That sounds strange, doesn't it? Sometimes when I'm putting up pictures of the bunnies on Instagram and I'm like, using the hashtags and it'll suggest them to you and it'll like bunny lover. And I think, but then I think, because I think, does that sound a bit strange, like a bunny lover? I don't know, because you never know with the internet. There's all manner of like kooky things going on. And I just thought, oh no, is that a bit weird? Oh, do you know what? That's so beautiful. I'm now putting this chocolate shade in the outer V. And it just looks so good. Oh yeah, so I was going to tell you about Porto, right? So my black bunny, who is the shyest, most timid, introverted living thing I've ever met in my life. But I love Porto because Porto just like reminds me of me. She's me in bunny form. So anyway, Porto, by the way, I feel like I should be telling you what I'm doing, but I'm not really doing anything. Okay, so I'm gonna take off these things. Oh my gosh, good job, good job. And this one. Okay, so I feel like that worked out well, and I would definitely recommend the Makeup Revolution cosmetic tape. I think I like the look of that, and yeah, they definitely did what I wanted them to do, so I would definitely recommend those. But anyway, I've been trying to tell you this story about Porto so many times, and the reality of the situation is probably nobody even gives a shit. But Porto's most shy, secure bunny ever. By the way, I'm going to do stuff as I tell you. So I'm going to pop the beautiful chocolate brown just under the eyes. But yeah, Porto, oh my gosh, she's so shy. But she's suddenly started becoming like super adventurous. So we have like a open plan living space. And at first when we got the bunnies, we would always shut like the middle door that would take you to the hallway because we were worried that the bunnies would like venture out and then get behind the washing machine and we would never see them again. So we would always keep the door shut until we just stopped keeping the door shut, and we realised like the bunnies, they didn't want to leave the room anyway. They were just quite happy like in the main living room. But all of a sudden, the last few days, Porto has been venturing out, going off on an adventure, wanting to see the big wide world out there. And it's really funny because you'll just like be in the kitchen making a snack and you'll hear like a little like ruffling noise and you'll look and there's Porto. The other day, I walked into the kitchen. Porto is just sat in the cat's litter tray. I was just like, all right, okay. Is this what we're doing now? Honestly, my house is like a zoo. It's like a zoo. And we're going to be getting a hamster in a couple of days because it's my son's 8th birthday and he really wanted a hamster. And I figure, well, we've got bunnies, we've got a cat. Why not get a hamster? Like, why not just make life even harder for myself? Oh my gosh, I am absolutely loving this look so far. This chocolate shade is one of the best chocolate shades I've ever used in my life, and it definitely has undertones of like red to it. It's just a very warm, enchanting, charming kind of shade. So, oh my gosh, do you know what we're going to do next? I am going to go back in with our beautiful yellowy orange friend, and I'm just going to take that just underneath the eyes because I just want to use it just to kind of add a little bit of je ne sais quoi, you know, to the chocolate brown, because I think these two shades are a marriage made in heaven, honestly. So guys, tell me, like, what has been going on with you? Like, what have you been up to? I hope you've had a really, really good summer. And I hope your kids have not driven you crazy. I just hope you've had like a really, really good time. I hope everyone's healthy and happy. How amazing is it that COVID is becoming a thing of the past? Oh my gosh, like I went to Tesco this morning and they've started to take down the Perspex, you know, the sneeze screens, I call them. They've all come down and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is great. I feel like we're getting back to normal again. The only thing is I do not want to go back to the office. Like I go into the office one day a week and honestly, that is enough for me. One day a week. I don't want to go back any more than that, which maybe is not a reality because I manage the office and I feel like at some point they're going to say, when you manage this office, you have to be back to manage it. But I'm going to say, well, I've just done just fine this last 18 months. You know what I mean? Remote managing of the office. Why can it not be done? I don't know. Anyway, guys, oh my gosh, this is the look and I'm so, so happy with it. But I am going to just do a quick cut crease and then we are going to go in with, oh my gosh, it's really, a really, really tough choice. It's either going to be stripped or gaze. So we have stripped or gaze. I think we're going to go in with the lighter one. So that one is gaze, which is a beautiful champagne. Oh, I'm just loving this look, guys. I am loving it. Okay, so I've done my cut crease, and to create the cut crease, I use the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer, and this one is in the shade C0. The lightest shade is a stark white. So we're now ready to go in with the days, and I just wanted to do a quick swatch just so we can have a little look and see what we want to expect. This would also work really well as a highlighter, I feel. Maybe a little bit too deep for my fair skin, but if you've got like olivey skin, deep skin, oh my gosh, I just feel like it would be really, really beautiful. Okay, so guys, we are going to just go straight in with Gaze. Did I say Days? Is it Days? No, it's Gaze. Definitely Gaze. Okay, we're going to go in with it. I am just using a brush to apply this, which I don't usually do with shimmers, but I think when you're doing a cut crease, it definitely does help to keep everything looking nice and neat. As well, I only did like half of a cut crease because, I don't know, I just thought that might be nice, you know, to try and keep the integrity of the chocolate shade in the outer V. I'm not quite sure if that was a good idea, but that's what I did. Oh my god, by the way, this shade, this is such a beautiful metallic. So glowy. It's just so expensive looking. Like, this could be like a Tom Ford. And I've never tried a Tom Ford anything. Well, I've tried Tom Ford perfume, Black Orchid, which is my favourite smell in the world, but far too expensive for me to be able to repurchase. So, anyway, but yeah, this is, it just looks very expensive. And I know it probably sounds strange to describe something as looking expensive, but I think you know what I mean. It looks like really good quality. And it's very captivating and it just kind of draws your eye to it. It's beautiful. Okay, so guys, there we go. We do have this shade, which is like a very light beige called Pats, and it does look to be quite shimmery. I'm just going to do a swatch because I may pop some of this on the inner corner. It's kind of like a creamy, like ivory. So, do you know what? I'll pop some under the brow. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Can you see? Nice. I'm going to just pop a little bit just on the inner corner. That is, oh, so gorgeous. So, okay, guys, this is the final eye look, and I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. So I am going to finish off with my mascara and a highlight and everything else, and then I'll be back to show you the final results. Okay, so this is the final look. Oh no, it's not. I didn't put any blush or highlighter on, and I've not done the finger technique and curled my lashes, so it's not the final look. Okay, one sec, guys. Okay, so this is definitely the final look now. I applied some blush. I used a Kaleidos makeup one, which was called, that's like the Lo-Fi palette. I used a MAC highlighter, and I actually used a different mascara today. I used the Sky High mascara from Maybelline. I did have to do quite a few coats, and I didn't really like that the wand was very flexible, so I didn't feel like I had a load of control over what I was doing because it's just like flopping about. But now that I've done the finger technique, I actually really like the look, and I feel like my lashes look beautiful. They look very long, not so voluminous, but very long. So I really like the look of my lashes, and I'm definitely going to be using this more. Okay, so guys, the palette. Would I recommend it? Yes, I definitely would. I know that we used 3 shades in total, so there's still 7 other shades that I didn't use, but just based on the 3 shades that I did use and based on the low price, I definitely would recommend this palette. If you're a fan of like warm tones or you just want a warm tone palette, I don't think you would be unhappy with this one. The mattes were very pigmented, super easy to blend, and I really enjoyed, oh actually I used 4 shades. I really enjoyed the 2 metallics that I used. I think that the lighter one is just really like added a pop of warmth and glow to my inner corner and under my brow, and then the champagne one just looks so expensive on my lids. So I definitely would recommend this palette, and yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed the review. This is always very awkward, this bit. I never know how to end videos. Even after years of filming videos, I still don't know how to end them. But I really hope that the review has been somewhat helpful to you. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the eye look. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. There's lots of hopes. Full of hopes today. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thanks for watching.